between my life, my last life, my name was Dennis. I got shot in 43rd in Chicago,
Mhm.
right? And between the two lives, Dennis and this one, all I wanted was some fried chicken. But there is no fried chicken,
I get it. That's dope.
right?
And how did you find
Now,
how did you find out your past lives?
I can't, in a dream, I kept dreaming about this dude.
Mhm.
And one day I described him to my mama, and she said, "That sounds like your father freeing Dennis,"
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
And I had already had his name from a dream, but I never told my mama. It
Mm.
spooked the shit out of me,
Uh-huh.
right? But at the time, I still don't know that's who I was in my last life
Mhm.
until I seen me get murdered.
In a dream.
Yep, I seen the whole murder play out.
Wow. And you know what? So with the whole spirituality thing, I take it day by day and I pray. I'm open to different things and I go by what I feel in my heart and I connect with my spirit, right?
Hmm.
And it's so strange because a lot of people, when I first got into like spirituality, it was back in 2010, and I would always see things in my dream and then it would happen. It could be past, present, or future. And like these group of people that I ran into that was spiritual, they kept telling me that I had the soul of Ruth.
So Ruth in the Bible was the Moabitess. Her job in the book was family redemption,
Mhm.
and she was taking care of Naomi,
Yes.
right?
Mhm.
And Naomi was her mother-in-law from her husband that passed,
Right.
and then she had a sister wife named Orpha. That's who Oprah named after, but
Mm.
her name was Orpha. Now Orpha decided that she didn't want to go with Ruth and help her to tend to Naomi.
Her best friend, right?
That's her sister wife. They was married to the same husband.
Oh, I thought they was married to best friends. No?
They were sister wives.
What? Okay, so I must have got a misunderstanding. I thought they was married to best friends. Like Oprah married the brother and she married her husband.
No, so you talking about at the end of the story. Because when Orpha went off, she married somebody else,
Mhm.
and Ruth waited for the family redeemer.
Mhm.
Because without the family redeemer, that's why, because the family redeemer is coming to redeem Naomi,
Mm.
right?
Mhm.
Because it's her husband, they husband that died. That left Naomi with two daughter-in-laws.
Okay.
Now, in the tradition, she got to marry them off, but she's up in age now,
Mhm.
so she's no longer marriage material. Whichever one of the girls accept her to take care of in her old age,
Mhm.
right,
Mhm.
was Ruth. Ruth accepted the responsibility. Orpha left. She wanted to go a different route. So she
Mm.
married somebody else while Ruth waited for the family redeemer,
Okay.
right?
Mhm.
So, so when they say you got the spirit of Ruth, it's the spirit of patience, consistency, compassion, and love, right? So that's the characteristics of Ruth and loyalty.
Mhm.
Because her loyalty to Naomi was undying. There's no retreat, no surrender. I'm not leaving Naomi to be fending for herself at her elderly age.
That's me. And you know what? When I read it, I was like, wow. And you know what's so crazy? I actually even had a baby for somebody who couldn't have kids and gave them a child. And I was like, and this was before, this was like
It's funny
14
you would
years ago.
bring that up. Because I don't know how long you've been on, but I was telling the sister earlier, I was like, everybody that can lay down and have a baby, not gonna have a baby by everybody they lay with. Women have a set um Like some women like you said, you got with a guy who couldn't have children and you gave him a baby. A lot of people been like, that's not possible. The fuck it ain't.
It was
It's
a
just
woman
that.
I gave it to. It was my godmom who couldn't have kids. I did it for her, not a man.
Oh, so you was a surrogate. That's
Yeah.
that's that's a surrogate. So that's the same principle.
Mhm.
You're giving somebody who can't have a baby because you can.
Mhm.
Look, every woman that can have children not supposed to be a mother.
Exactly.
But every woman that can't have children is not supposed to be without a child.
Mm.
So
That's true.
nature got to reconcile the two.
Mm.
So nature put you with the woman that can't have a baby because you can. That's the greatest gift you can get somebody.
Mm.
You can't get nobody a greater gift than a child, especially from your own loins.
Mm.
What you gonna get? What's better than that? A car? A mansion?
I'm not attracted to earthly things. You know, like
Well, I'm just
10%.
saying in
Yeah.
general, when you really look at it, what's better than giving somebody a child? What can you do for somebody that can't have a child that make their whole life? Their whole life is made now because she got that baby, right? So you shift her mitochondria when you do that. Because when she go into mother mode, that activates her mitochondria to unconditional love mode. That's what she
Mm.
needed.
Yeah, she definitely needed that.
Yeah, that's healing at its highest.
Wow.
And our women don't just do that for any old woman. She got to have certain things about her before you even consider her.
I just knew she was sad. She was sad about it, and she was a good person, but I could tell that was a piece of her that was missing.
It's deeper than that. You
Yeah.
surface skimming on it because you know, but you don't. Okay, so it's like this: you do something for somebody, and you don't want people always, oh, that was such a good thing you did. You don't hear that shit all the time, right? So
Mhm.
you minimize the effect of it to you, so you can get people to stop giving you adulation for the act that you done.
Mm.
That's called nobility. That
Mm.
comes from noble character from birth. You can't teach that shit. I got a post to say, I got a picture of Al Pacino as Michael Corleone and say some of us got that shit you just can't teach. You can't teach nobility. You either got it or you don't.
That is
The
so
biggest
true, God.
obstacle, the biggest obstacle of being a noble character, nobody probably won't believe this, contentment in being entitled.
Mm.
You feel like because you who you are, somebody owe you something. Don't nobody owe you shit,
Mm-mm.
right? So you
Yeah.
think because your brother is a millionaire, he's supposed to make you a millionaire too. No, that's not his job.
Right.
His job is to give aid and assistance in anything righteous that you're trying to do to become a millionaire on your own.
There you go. Boom.
He
Mm.
ain't supposed to make you a millionaire because he a millionaire,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
But if he know how to help you become a millionaire, his obligation is to show you everything you need to know to do your own work.
Teach them how to fish. There you go.
Yeah.
Wow, that's deep. And you know that's the thing. People think, and it's like I can give you money, but what are you gonna do with it? You don't even know how to make money. So you're gonna be constantly coming back to me. So therefore I would rather teach you, like when I step into spirituality, I don't want people to need me. I want them to be able to tap in themselves. You feel what I'm saying? I can continue taking your money, but at the end of the day, I want you to be able to do this without me because I'm
Yeah.
not going to always be here. You feel what I'm saying? So that's one thing that I stand by. You know what I'm saying? Teaching people how to fish, whether it's my kids, whether it's a client, and then they get these people, they be like, oh, well, this person told me this and I need to come back in 2 weeks. No, that's not what it is. And everybody in spirituality don't have your best interests. So you need to be careful who you opening
Look,
your spirit up to.
everybody that use the term spirituality don't necessarily make them spiritual.
Ooh, yes.
They use it now as a catchphrase, as a kind move. The same way
Mm,
when it wasn't popular among our people to be Christians, the
mm.
Christians became Christians in order to have something exclusive over their brothers.
Yep.
That shit
Boom.
don't got nothing to do with us at all. We
Um,
not from the Middle East. This is not the land of Jehovah, Adonai, Elohim. None of them motherfuckers don't belong over here.
mm.
The first thing they did when they came over here is gave us a Bible, and we started reading their Bible. Looked up, they had all our land.
Man, what you say? Ooh, that was for control. And that's why
Now
I
look,
said in the Bible, God don't never change. He don't go back on his word. He not gonna say, oh, y'all can do this, then y'all can't do this. That's where I got lost at, you know?
yeah, because that Bible guy do that shit all the time. Tell you thou shalt not kill, but go kill that whole village over there.
That part.
See, that's the difference between their God
And
and
our
us
God.
following the truth. Big Mama don't do that. Big Mama teach her boys, let your yes mean yes and your no mean no, and stand on that shit or don't fuck with it.
Yes.
That's it. We don't need all
Ooh.
that. Look, we don't need philosophers. We don't need theologians. We don't need eschatologists. We don't need motherfucking Catholic priests, bishops. We don't need that shit.
Mm, mm.
Because all we need is to trust Big Mama, and Big Mama gonna tell us where to get everything we need to solve whatever problems we have.
Mm.
But you got motherfuckers in our community that's saying Big Mama crazy now.
Exactly.
You can kiss my ass. Watch, we gonna show
Man,
you how crazy Big Mama is when this shit over with.
I'm trying to tell you, because the truth ain't gonna change, and it don't matter who don't believe it. It's still gonna happen.
Yeah.
Wow, Rod. Well, I'm so happy. I joined in. Thank you, Miss ESPN, because I sure needed this. Because I'm always the go-to person for everybody. So I'm kind of like in hermit mode right now because it's just so much. Because we could tell a person everything and they still gonna go left. So I have a hard time, you know, watching people go left after I done told them, to go right. It's like, what are you doing? What's the point of you talking to me if you're not gonna listen?
That's why I simply become me talking about what I should do about this. I'd be like, why is you asking me when you already think I'm a lunatic? You already telling
Oh,
motherfuckers,
there you go.
look,
Mm,
you already
mm.
telling motherfuckers I'm crazy, I'm
Yes,
delusional, I'm insane, but you can't dispute nothing I'm saying. But now you coming to the lunatic, the crazy, insane motherfucker, asking for advice. Now make this shit make sense so I can know whether to give you advice or slap you in your goddamn face.
slap them.
Cause this shit don't make no sense. Look, I'm telling motherfuckers I could have saved way more people if they would have knew they needed saving.
There you go.
Most of these motherfuckers think they got it all figured out and don't know shit. As my father would say, they don't know their asshole from Shinola.
They don't even know who they are.
You know? So I laugh at them when they be calling me crazy. Okay, I'm gone. When I get done telling you what I'm gonna tell you, all you gotta do is match the receipts.
The truth
I'm
don't need
gonna
no
put
support.
I'm gonna post the receipts. I'm gonna post the receipts. I'm gonna show you I know what I'm talking about. I don't know. I think the truth need to the truth need to be validated by the evidence. Because everybody think they got the truth, but they don't all have evidence. Right?
Yep. You are absolutely. Ooh, I love your spirit. I ain't gonna take up all your time on here though, but I'm definitely gonna jump in your DM because I don't know. I just love your energy. I love the energy, and I love talking to people who know what they're talking about, and a lot of people don't.
Yeah, that was one of my worst fears of even putting my. I hate social media with a passion. Like you can't tell much as I be on this shit because
hmm
Big Mama got me on social media.
Okay, so
I
tell
don't
me
gotta
who
like it.
tell me who Big Mama is. I'm new to you. Who Big Mama?
When I say Big Mama, I'm talking about Prime Creator.
Okay.
All right,
hmm
Big Mama embodied in my life as Mother Margaret for me,
Okay.
but everybody got a different embodiment of that energy in their life and their family.
Mhm.
Grand matriarch, right?
Mhm.
So that big mama energy is what we call vice lord energy. She is the one who holds the earth's purse strings.
Mm.
And when they talk about Oshun returning with the sweet water, she ain't nowhere but sitting in Big Mama house looking at these motherfuckers looking stupid, right? Because Big
Yeah.
Mama told them, and Big Papa Obatala in the Orisha pantheon,
Mhm.
right? They both told all of the Orishas the Oshun is a sweetheart, but she just don't kiss ass.
So let me ask you something about that since we're talking about the Orishas, right? So
Mm-hmm.
if I don't know about something, I'm not gonna dab in it. I have an actual crystal store, and a lot of people been coming into my store and they say, "Oh, I'm E5, I'm E5. Your ancestors said go to St. Martin's, go here, go there," right? And I knew this one girl who was into E5, and she was basically using these deities, these spirits, to put spells and do bad stuff to people. And I'm thinking to myself, if those is my ancestors and those is your ancestors, how can they do something to me? How is those my ancestors and you can use them to put something bad on me? So to
Because
me,
all
I
your
just
ancestors don't mean you know motherfucking good. That's how.
and I
Some of
don't
your
want
ancestors is some of the rottenest motherfuckers that ever walked this bitch,
to.
right? And some of them are validated by people with that same energy.
So why would I do? My phone was my battery going there. But no, listen. So I don't even want to deal with no energies like that.
You don't have to. When you
Yeah, I
deal
don't
with your
deal.
benevolent, listen, when you deal with the benevolent ancestors,
Mm-hmm.
they, and you tell them ones with that negative ass energy to get the fuck on, they can't come around you because your other ancestors woke wide awake with their ass on the other side.
And that's what keep me protected because I don't, I respect whatever somebody do, I respect it. But my thing is, you can't tell me that you into something and you putting a spell on somebody that you love because why are you trying to make somebody love you in the first place? That's gonna be the same person that kill you. If they don't love you, let them go. A lot of people don't even know how to love.
Well, here go the biggest part about that. If you got to put some spell on somebody to make them love you got to look at yourself and find out what the fuck wrong with you
There you go.
to make you need a spell.
Mm. A lot of people do it.
I know. Believe me, I know. They be trying that shit on me and I be laughing because I can see it.
What it look
Big
like?
mama tell me all the time.
Mm.
She be telling me
Yeah, I
all the
can
time,
I can
yeah.
tell when somebody trying to do something to me because it's almost like I can feel it forming, but it don't prosper. I'll be like, man, and they hate that you just be real with them. You ain't even got to do nothing to nobody, you know.
Nope.
And they just, oh, she thinks she this, oh, she thinks she. I don't think I'm nothing. That's your perspective of me.
Yeah.
I'm not in competition with
I,
nobody but myself, and I help
that's,
anybody get on.
I always tell motherfucker that, "Hey, you think you know everything. No, motherfucker, you just think I know everything because I know more than you.
Ooh,
Now you trying to offer up my opinion of me to make me look like I'm trying to make myself superior to you, and that's not the case. So
mm,
when you realize that you think I know more than you, which makes you think I know everything, then that tells you that you had an over motherfucking inflated ego.
mm. There it is. Somebody said that's not the Orishas. Well, see, that's the thing. I don't know what it was. I wasn't getting into it. If I don't know
Yeah,
what
they're talking
something
about
is, I don't
yeah,
get into it.
because she's talking about the lowers. She's talking about lowers. And the Orisha and the lowers is it's denominational, like Catholic and Protestant.
Mhm.
So the voodoo, the Santeria, the hoodoo, you know what I'm saying? When you start talking about the lower, you start talking about the Orisha, you start talking about the Obe, it's denominational.
Mhm.
Ancient denominations, the same as the church broke up into you got your evangelist, you got your evangelistic church, your American Methodist Episcopal Church,
Mhm.
you got your Orthodox Church, your Baptist Church, your Protestant Church, your
Mhm.
Presbyterian, Episcopalian. Those are
Right.
denominations, right?
Those are
So
different.
we look at it.
Yeah, they
A lot
all
of
teach
people,
different stuff.
a lot of people get offended because you will say, if you say talking to somebody who worships the Orishas and you call the Orishas a Lord, they get attitude. I don't get
Mm.
attitude. I don't get attitude because I be like, okay, well, whatever.
Mhm.
Because it's denominational. It's
Yeah.
according to, because each one of them have a different culture
Mhm.
attached to the original doctrine, the underlying principles of the doctrine, right?
Mm. Mhm.
Once you get to the root, then you don't have to worry about denominations. That's why I can pick up a book and read about say the Dogon tribe, the Dogon mysteries. I can read their mysteries and know what they're talking about as if I was a Dogon because I know the origin stories.
Mm. Oh yeah, that's deep. That make a lot of sense.
Yes, it's just denominational, right? And the reason why it's like in Islam, Muslim, you got these motherfucking Negroes over here convert to Islam wearing the Jalabiel and sandals in New York in December and January like a fucking idiot.
Mhm.
That's not religion or religious doctrine. That's cultural. So you didn't appropriate the religion, you appropriated the Arab culture using the religion as the transporting vehicle of the culture.
Mm.
Christianity is Roman. It is
Mm.
the application of Roman culture in other parts of the world with spiritual beliefs by undermining the local spiritual beliefs and putting the church as the preeminent doctrine of the Roman Catholic motherfucking system.
Oh yeah, that make
It's the
perfect sense.
same with the Hebrews, right?
Mhm.
They don't even read their doctrine. I'm sitting here watching these motherfuckers talking about they Israelites and calling pale skinned people Adamites, and they don't even know. They don't got enough sense to read where it tell you in there that Jacob stole Esau's birthright.
Mhm.
And if the pale people was Edomites, that means that you stole a birthright. That means that they got a superior birthright than you, and you a thief and an underminer and a supplanter, and you the
Mm.
goddamn devil masquerading as the angel.
Ooh. Whoop! There it is.
It's right there in the fucking book.
Yeah.
But they want to be quick to use this racist agenda for divide and conquer purposes. That shit don't work on me because I can see through it all.
Ooh, that's deep. Wow, that is deep. You deep. I love it, and it make perfect sense. That's why I stay in my own lane.
Yeah.
Mm. I love it, Rod. I love it. I love
Look,
your energy. I love everything about you. You dope.
appreciate you, sister.
Yeah.
Look, these motherfuckers get into this religion shit and take sides. Now, think about this for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
We looking at some shit in a book, allegedly. We don't even know if it's true. Happened
Hold
2,000
on one
years
second,
ago.
Rod. It's all right, Miss ESPN. Slow down. You shouldn't be questioned. Okay, we gonna keep the good energy in here. I'm all right, Miss ESPN. Calm me down. Calm me down. If I ain't responding, you don't need to respond either. Love and light. That's all we respond to. Miss
What you,
ESPN going in, and somebody said it's those contacts. I told you, Miss ESPN, that's my baby. I know her, and we talked, and somebody was saying something about me, and she kind of like snapped on them. Let it go. I don't, and see, when people come with me with stuff, I don't even reply to negativity. If it's something somebody's saying about me, I'm sorry. If I ever made you feel some type of way, I'm sorry. Because that's not my intentions. I don't do darkness.
so
I don't
look,
go back and forth with people. If you don't like me or you got something sad to
I'm with
say,
the shit. I'm with
yeah.
all. I want all the smoke,
See, I'm not. I'm not. I don't
but there's
got
only
time for
one
this.
problem.
Mhm.
I don't got no problem with none of the smoke. I just got to be right.
Mhm.
As long as I'm right, because I know sometimes in order to do what's right, you got to
What's your
punch a
zodiac
motherfucker in the
sign?
face. Scorpio.
Oh yeah, I love Scorpios. I'm a Virgo.
Oh, okay then. Look,
Virgo, Scorpio, Capricorn.
as long as I'm
Oh, okay.
right, I'm gonna take it wherever it need to go in order to resolve the matter. I know from experience, sometimes if you want to do what's right, you got to punch a motherfucker in the face, push their snot box back, turn they spit red, fatten their lip, give them two black eyes, and then kick them in the balls just to do the right thing. I don't got no problem with that. Now, I also understand this.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody got a right to think and feel whatever the fuck they want, right or wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a right to continue to be right and not give a fuck about them.
Yes. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Ooh. The greatest gift Miss ESPN gave me was this live.
Yeah. I'm glad you got something out of it. I want to take another caller before I go. I'm getting
I know.
tired.
I'm gonna go ahead and get off here. I'm gonna what's your other you said your other Instagram is what
Rod
now?
Hayes.
Rod
Rod
Hayes?
Hayes, yeah.
Okay.
Inbox me on this. Inbox me on this one, and then I'll send you the link to the other one.
Okay, yeah, I'm about to jump off. I ain't gonna watch you no more because I'm gonna mess around and fall asleep. I didn't turn my phone on. I'm in the bed with my little ponytail, laying down. I gotta be up at 6, and this just gave me all the energy. I need to go back to sleep. So I'm gonna DM you and I'm gonna jump off here. And thank you, and I wish you nothing but love, light, and great health and wealth, okay?
Okay, I appreciate you.
All right, later.
Yeah. Mm, Queen B. There's two of y'all left. Might seem to some people, I just study harder than everybody else. But if I don't know it, I'm going to go find it out so I can help you to excel with it.
Right.
Right? So when I say free Larry Hoover is the battle cry, Larry Hoover from the land. He's an innocent man that had lost his fucking life because he could have did something about our condition if he was in the street. We under the impression they keeping him in there so that they can clean up our neighborhood. It's the exact opposite is the truth. The same with Angel Bay. The same with Big Tookie. The ones whose job it is has been held incommunicado to the masses. I was in prison. I couldn't do it in prison. You got to be free. You can't be a bond servant and say you're exercising your sovereign jurisdiction. You can't do it from a position of service and bondage and servitude. They know this, right? Then they know they get the guys in prison to raping the young guys coming in because they know that once they've been anally penetrated, they no longer fit the rules. So if they do figure the problem out, let that nigga go. He can't do nothing about it. Right? So we come, hey, bruh, you one of the chiefs on the land. I'm finna show you something. I need you to look at this problem and this solution and tell me if we need to put it in the public domain to present to the rest of the chiefs. Right? So I present the problem to you. I present the solution to you. I tell you why this is the only solution that'll work, and I'll show you the other solutions that I've examined to try to resolve the matter.
Right.
Right? So in the Holy Tablets, under leadership, it says a plan that's workable anywhere is workable everywhere. If the plan is not workable everywhere, it's not truly workable anywhere. Right? Because those similarly situated will solve the problem similarly. So that means that the Earthborn, if one of them find a solution out, it should work wherever you go. Right? And we the last ones left because the other people around the world that's been taking this information and exercising it. It worked.
Mm.
We ain't the only ones going through this process. The whole planet is. Right?
Yeah, Australia was on the forefront, right, with the Mojave tribe.
Well, they was about their business. Some of the earliest ones to step up and start to exercise their sovereignty was Jamaica and Barbados. And that's why they announced that they was no longer under the jurisdiction of the Crown of England. And they say now they under the Republic. It's reverse engineering. It's going back out the same way you came in.
Right.
Now, once they establish the Republic is still not the people yet. It's the leadership speaking on behalf of the people.
Of the people, okay.
Right? And this goes back to Plato's Republic, which was part of the discourses that take place in Rome on government. So now when you go through the government's discourse on running government that goes back to Rome, and you get to Plato's Republic, and then you start looking at all of the philosophies of government trace back to Plato's Republic. So now the next thing you have to do, the next jump, is to go back to what we was before Plato's Republic. Right? And they call that the feudal state. The feudal state is predicated upon family groups making alliances across the land. Right? And then you got your tribal custom or your family tradition. I got mine. Right? This is how we know when our tribe people is born in another clan and they got to marry back into the home tribe. They got an affinity to go back to the motherfuckers that live their life how they know it. They was born in your clan, but they from my clan. Now, when they get old enough to marry, for some reason, they marrying somebody in my clan as opposed to somebody in your clan. Right? So they got to still come home. But also, they bringing some of your genetic material over here into this clan, and this is how you prevent the birth defects. Right? We eternal beings. That means we don't never die. So we got to perpetually coming back in the reincarnation cycle as it's told in the story of Osiris. Right? And then we come in, and you come in levels. Right? In the time of plenty and bounty, you let the fuck-ups come run shit because they got a lot of shit that they could fuck up. Without it having an eternal effect. Right? So you let the fuck-ups, the newbies come in and get their practice in, but when they get totally fucked up like it is now you got to call the baddest motherfuckers ever born.